Be your own boss, make an impact, do what you love. These are just some of the perks of owning your own service business. Sounds amazing, right? But how do you make it happen? Stick around to find out. Hey guys, I'm Aaron, and we're jumping right in today to talk about all the essentials you need to know to start a service business. We'll cover everything from building your business website to registering your business and everything in between. Each of these steps is a must if you want to set yourself up with a rock-solid foundation, so don't skip ahead. In fact, if you get to the end of this video and are still hungry for more, feel free to check out our blog post, How to Start a Business, linked in the description below. Okay, let's get into it. First things first, choose that business idea of yours. But with so many service business ideas to choose from, this can sometimes feel daunting. Just start by asking yourself the question, is this something that people really want or need? If the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, keep searching. When it comes to figuring out what service businesses are needed in your community, the best thing to do is ask. This is your boots on the ground moment. Survey relatives, friends, or other people in your network who might fit your ideal client's persona. Then use that valuable intel to inform your idea. Pro tip, don't be afraid to get super niche, as long as there is enough demand to support your bottom line. For example, if you're dreaming of becoming a professional organizer, there's a whole spectrum to explore, from tidying up closets to helping seniors declutter their homes. Now, the secret sauce here is customization. If I'm a college student looking to economize the space in my tiny dorm room, and that's your business's specialty, chances are you're going to find my business and book my services over someone with a more general target demographic. In other words, tailor your services to meet your customer's specific needs. This not only piques their interest, but also shows them that you're in the business of solving their problems. And while you're at it, don't forget to scope out the competition. Research what they're doing and how they're doing it. You can organize your thoughts using SWOT analysis. That stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Then, compile that info and brainstorm ways you could leverage your unique skills to find a hole in the market. Once you have your idea, it's time to get the word out there with a website. Think about your site as your hardest working ambassador or your mom, always on call and prepped to gush about what an amazing job you're doing. You want your site content to share your story, clearly and effectively explain the services you offer, and establish your credibility through your bio, testimonials, and maybe even a blog. As far as design goes, this is a great opportunity to reinforce your brand and show what makes you and your business special. Keep in mind, with a service business, you are the product. Unlike an item on the shelf, that's not always easy for people to conceptualize. So make sure your personality and point of view shine through in every detail. If this feels like a lot, it would be, if not for website builders like Wix, that offers tons of unique and fully customizable business website templates that are already equipped with everything you need to start running your business. From online scheduling software for accepting bookings or appointments, to an online store where you can sell your products and services. Okay, a business plan is typically a pretty large document, ranging from about 30 to 50 pages, that lays out all the elements of your venture. Think of it as the GPS for your business. It details where you are, where you're going, and how you plan to get there. It's a gift from present you to future you, and its benefits are twofold. First, the process of writing it is super helpful, as it forces you to distill the details of your business and clarify on paper all the ideas floating around in your head. Second, the physical plan itself will be an amazing resource. You'll be able to refer back to it for guidance and use it as a tool during pitch meetings to gain the trust of potential investors or future partners. All that being said, it's a step of the process that often gets put on the back burner because, let's face it, it's kind of daunting. But here's the good news, you don't have to write it all at once. We actually put together this free, downloadable Wix business plan template to make things easier. It lays out all the essential sections so you can fill them in whenever you're ready. And that link is in the video description down below. Oftentimes, starting is the hardest part. So just set aside an hour or two and commit to writing something down. It will get easier from there, promise. Organizing your financials is actually one of the steps of writing out your business plan, but it's worth expanding on a bit. One of the main advantages of launching a service-based business is that you can often start it out small, on a lower budget, and scale once you have some momentum behind you. Even still, it's essential to develop a clear understanding of the expenses required to set up and run your venture. Depending on the nature of your industry, you may need to invest in specific equipment, supplies, or tools. These expenses are usually referred to as sunk costs, meaning the money you invest won't be recovered. To manage these costs effectively, create a detailed price list for all the necessary items. This not only allows you to track your anticipated expenses carefully, but also helps you determine how to price your services competitively so you don't end up with a loss. Even small expenses add up and should be carefully entered into your budget. As the saying goes, many raindrops make an ocean, so you definitely want to catch overspending early before you find yourself struggling to stay afloat. The goal is to ensure that your business operates smoothly, with a healthy cash flow rather than merely scraping by. By doing so, you'll protect your startup funds from running out before your business starts generating revenue. This understanding will help you make informed decisions about whether to apply for a loan, seek an investor, or rely solely on your savings. All right, it's time to talk about registering your business. This important step unlocks a world of benefits that can be a game changer for your venture. First off, you gain personal liability protection, legal security, and even trademark protection. These are valuable safety nets that shield you from unexpected bumps in the road and keep your business on solid ground. Additionally, from a financial standpoint, registering your business has several huge advantages. It qualifies you to set up a dedicated business bank account, as well as allows you to apply for business credit cards and small business loans. In short, it qualifies you to draw a clear line between your personal and professional finances, which is advantageous for both legal and practical reasons. If you're in the United States, you'll also need an Employer Identification Number, or EIN, from the Internal Revenue Service. This isn't just a tax ID, it's a symbol of legitimacy. It shows you're paying your taxes and operating on the up and up. Plus, having an EIN in your arsenal is a must if you plan to hire employees as your business expands. If you're thinking of setting up shop outside of the US, different countries have their own rules and regulations for business registration. Be sure to do your homework and check in with the relevant government agencies for the lowdown. So you have your killer idea, your business is registered, you have a stunning website, and the details of your business plan are mapped out. You're on a roll. But the reality is, in the vast sea of businesses, both new and established, your potential customers might not even know you exist yet. That's where the magic of promotion comes in. It's the spotlight that illuminates your business for your audience. But where do you start? Search engine optimization, or SEO, is the cornerstone of online visibility. It involves optimizing your website, blog, or any other online content to rank higher on search engine result pages. When launching a new website, it's super important to set your site up for success so it can be found on search engines like Google. Enhanced visibility means increased opportunities for potential clients to discover your website, book services, purchase your products, or engage with your content. But it's not just about setting a strong foundation. SEO is ongoing. When executed effectively, organic search traffic becomes a durable and integral part of a website's long-term growth strategy. For example, with Wix, every site comes with an SEO assistant, sitemap generation, and a whole suite of SEO tools. Another great option for promotion is email marketing. It's an effective way to build brand awareness and spread the word about what you're up to. And with Wix's email marketing tools, you can create and customize fully branded emails in minutes, from email marketing campaigns to scheduled newsletters and more. That being said, it's important to be strategic about when, how often, and what you send. According to a 2020 study by the Radicati Group, the average person receives approximately 121 emails per day. So, how do you stand out and get people to actually engage with your emails instead of ending up in their trash? First, make sure your content is valuable. This is huge. Every time you send out an email, You are asking for the recipient to give you the gift of their valuable time and attention, so make it worth it. Don't just send an email for the sake of it. Ask yourself, how am I making their lives easier or better through this email? Is this something I would want to receive? Am I including a relevant call to action that drives traffic back to my site? Pace yourself. Set a reasonable and strategic schedule for when you send emails and stick to it. Nothing gets an unsubscribe faster than several unsolicited, back-to-back emails from the same company. Use best practices for your email content. This one is twofold. You don't end up getting mistakenly flagged as spam, and the recipients receive the email as intended. Think character counts for subject lines and pre-headers, suggestions on not using all caps, and guidelines around link and image sharing. Now, let's talk about social media marketing. Social networks like Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn can be extremely effective tools for promoting your service business. When creating your content, consider these two helpful questions. Is it shareable, and is it valuable? Keeping these two pillars in mind increases the likelihood that your content will be something your customers will like, relate to, and find useful enough to want to post themselves or share with friends. For example, if you're in the business of helping parents, one post idea could be creative ways to store Legos. If you're venturing into the restaurant scene, highlight your mouth-watering new dish on Instagram along with a buy one get one deal valid through the end of the week. From there, it's all about consistency. Set a strategic posting schedule to keep your audience engaged. Regular updates not only keep your brand top of mind, but also encourage audience interaction. Just make sure to stay on top of your analytics so you can see what's working and what's not, and adjust accordingly. For even more marketing strategies, check out our blog post in the description below. I have good news and bad news. The good news is, it's never been easier to start a service business. The bad news is, it's never been easier to start a service business. This increase in competition has made it harder to break through the noise and gain traction. But there are definitely a few things you can do to stand out from the crowd. First off, stay ahead of the curve. In the ever-evolving service industry, what worked for you last month might have run its course, and what all your competitors might have been doing might not actually be the best thing for you. To maintain your edge, it's crucial to stay hungry, creative, and nimble. Explore innovative ways to adapt and grow. Consider adding new offerings to your portfolio that align with industry trends or customer needs. For example, if you run a fitness center, think about introducing trailblazing wellness programs tailored to your specific community. Second, stay informed. Learning never stops. Invest in your own growth and the growth of your business by taking advanced courses, attending workshops, and forging relationships with peers and mentors in your industry. In addition to trade-specific education, look into taking a business management course to bolster your entrepreneurial skills. Platforms like Udemy or Coursera offer a plethora of courses on topics ranging from leadership to digital marketing. That being said, you don't have to know everything, especially not right away. Don't be afraid to ask for help and admit you need something explained. And lastly, stay open. Language creates culture. Effective communication with your team and customers is paramount, as it is at the core of who you are as a business and the company you're trying to create. Hone your interpersonal skills and encourage open dialogue amongst your team to discuss the good, the bad, and everything in between. And don't forget to listen to customer feedback and use it to refine your services, because a happy customer is a repeat customer. And there you go. You're primed and ready to make your service business a reality. I know this might feel overwhelming, but you've got this. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was any company worth emulating. If you want more info about anything I've covered in this video, check out our full blog post linked up here and in the description below, where we take an even deeper dive into the world of starting a service business. And remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.